So every year in the AFL, we have a couple of players change positions. Again, that's no secret. Of course, some players just don't do too good in the positions that they played, and then when they go on the off season, the coach is like, look mate, you got to change positions here, or you might as well just not come to training next week because you suck in the position you're playing right now. Then you've got other players who start off in certain positions to get some experience, and then they go and, tackle on the harder positions later on. For example, a Colby McKercher playing like a loose halfback role who just cleans up disposals will eventually probably go and play in the guts in the inside midfield. But again, some other players, like a couple we're going to be talking about today, are just being changed, and they're being changed on the Richmond Football Club. Again, not only do we have positional changes we're hearing about, but we're also getting a whole entire off-season update for the Richmond Football Club here, whether it's position changes, injury updates, and of course just how the Tigers are going so far in the 2025 off-season. Again, we're going to be talking about all of that and more in today's video. But again, before we do get into it, there's still a decent amount of you guys who watch these videos who are not yet subscribed to the channel. So if you could do me a massive favor and leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel for all the latest AFL content and news. And I guess without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Again, this article is actually coming from Fox Footy, and it actually says the role changes and who's tearing up the track. Tom Lynch said Ryan Mansell has taken his training standards to another level this pre-season, dubbing him someone to watch amid an impressive stint, and it was a similar situation last pre-season in terms of being tipped for big things. He played a career best 21 games last season for 21 goals, but the best might be yet to come. In terms of position changes, Jacob Koschitzke failed to make a lasting impression as a forward in his debut season last year, and the Tigers coaching panel has since made the call to trial him in defence. The former Hawthorn key forward has played in the back half this pre-season during match simulation, and given Noah Bolter's absence for his first 4 games due to suspension, and pending the short-term health of Josh Gibcus, Koschitzke will be in the frame for early season senior action as a defender. Caleb Smith and Sam Banks are among the possibilities to replace the departed Daniel Rioli across halfback. Again, we'll start off with the Koschitzke thing. Again, he is one of those players that was basically told, well, look mate, if you want to continue to play key forward, you might as well not come back because I'm about to delist your ass because of how cheeks you played last season down there. And I think that moving him down back is obviously the correct decision, considering the Tigers just drafted 3 key forwards in the top 30, as well as another key forward in the mid-season draft and a key forward in the 2023 AFL draft. They're set to have about, I think, 6 or 7 key forwards on their AFL team this year, and that's a lot more than what most teams will have. Again, this number could even have been 8 or 9, really depending on if Koschitzke were to play back forward, and if Samson Ryan again plays a lot of key forward minutes as well. The Tigers have like a key forward every, third player on a team, which is absolutely crazy to think. But again, considering the Tigers are now really trialing all these key forwards, one to be the Jack Riewoldt replacement, one to be the eventual Tom Lynch replacement, and one to probably be the second ruck, we have to see a lot of what all these players can do. And from what we know, Koschitzke is not going to be a future key forward in the AFL. Again, trialing him down back though makes a lot of sense, considering that's where he actually played in his first off-season for Hawthorn, and he was drafted as a key back. Actually, I believe making the All-Australian under-18 team as a key back. Again, this guy was once said to be a pretty good key back, but with Hawthorn desperately needing key forwards, he was forced to make the positional change there. With Richmond as well needing key forwards, he was then signed there as one. But now that Richmond don't need any, they've got a bunch of key backs injured and suspended. Shout out Noah Bolter's right fist, completely just Conor McGregor punching someone into oblivion. Now it gives Koschitzke a chance to prove that maybe he could be a good key defender. Again, will he? Probably not, but at least it's worth a try, because at this rate, there was no way he was going to get a game as a key forward this upcoming AFL season. In terms of the Daniel Rioli replacements, yeah, if I had to take a bet from all the off-season leaks that we've of course been hearing, apparently Caleb Smith is having a fantastic off-season, which, as mentioned in previous videos, that's really surprising to me, because I didn't really like what I saw of Caleb Smith in his short games that he played last season. I didn't really expect much of him, considering he was like a pick 60 or something. I can't even remember if it was that. He might have been a rookie draft pick. I can't even remember. But the thing is, I didn't expect anything out of Caleb Smith. But from all reports that we've, I think, heard on the radio and just leaks around the world right now, that Caleb Smith is expected to be a very good halfback and should be playing some halfback footy for us, and will probably play round 1, which is a big surprise for a guy who mainly played as a sub and had to play even as a small forward role. So I'm interested to see what he does down there. Sam Banks has been a very disappointing player so far in his AFL career. Again, still time to show what he can do, but it's also, it looks like he will be a wingman from what we've seen. I don't know, maybe wing, halfback. Again, I just know in the short games that we saw from him last season, in his third year, he looked really bad. I still recall the one play in my head. I can't remember who it was against, but he charged someone on the wing and they just like bumped him freaking 3 meters in the air, and he was like a similar size to him. It just kind of showed how weak Sam Banks still was, and just, again, for a third-year player, looked very inexperienced out there, and just, again, did not look like he was at AFL level, which is concerning now. He's gone to his 4th year. We need to see more. Again, this article, though, continues to go on with some injuries, saying that Gibcus, having missed a decent amount of preseason match practice after an early season ACL tear last year, appears in a race against time to be fit for the Tigers' round 1 meeting with Carlton. Fellow ACL victims Judson Clark, McKelty Lafau, and Taj Gibson remain on modified programs per the Tigers. Meanwhile, after a significant hamstring injury hampered the latter portions of his draft campaign, number 1 pick Sam Lawler has been eased into AFL life, yet appears in line for a round 1 league debut against Carlton. Yeah, Sam Lawler will debut against Carlton in round 1. From what we've heard, he looks to be absolutely insane so far, and his match sim and all of the above has been phenomenal. So he will play round 1. The thing is, Josh Gibcus, from what I've heard around Performance Manager, saying that he will miss the first couple rounds. I wouldn't be surprised if Gibcus isn't back to probably playing VFL footy to start off with, to get him into it and eased into it until like round 4 or 5. I think when he plays AFL, it will probably be about round 7 or so. I think Gibcus, they're going to be in no means rushing him back. For the other ACL boys, Young won't play for a bit. Clark apparently is doing really well, but he might miss even the first quarter of the year. I think Lafau is going to be the earliest one to come back. And then I just really don't know about the others. It is a lot of question marks, and I'm very interested to see how they, of course, all do go. But yeah, a lot of really interesting things going on right now. I think the Tigers are in a okay spot. I still think they're going to finish last. As a massive Richmond fan, that's where I have them sitting. But even if we do finish last and we only win 2 games, I just hope the footy we played throughout the season looks better than the footy we played last year, and at 99% likely will. Again, last year, half the team was checked out and ready to move on to other teams. Half the players just didn't really care outside of them. We had no good young youth to watch. Uze's game plan looked like it hadn't settled in just yet, and didn't really look like it had adapted to any of the players, considering most of the team were still trying to play under Damien Hardwick's game style, it seemed like, and it was just looking terrible out there. But now he's got, again, 10 new players to work with since he's been at the club. He's had the mid-season and the AFL draft now, and of course, I think a lot of the players should be more adapted. We should start to see Uze's game style coming out a little bit more. But again, if you haven't already, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for all latest AFL content and news. Comment your thoughts and opinions down below. what do you guys think about the Tigers, and how do you guys think these positional changes and injuries and all of the above will go? Again, I'd very much like to know. Subscribe to my gaming channel, MIRL/long channels. Links for them will be in the description down below. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.